welcome to my shed. Today I have a fun upcycle. My husband likes to cook a lot and he uses a lot of spices, and we always have lots of those big spice bottles left over, and I hate throwing them out. So I came up with a great upcycle for your cat and dog that I'm going to show you how to do today. If you like thrifting, upcycling, and repurposing, you've come to the right place, and we'd love to have you follow along. So make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss any great content. And I'm going to put a link below for my Facebook and my Instagram, because I'm really active over there on day-to-day stuff that I'm upcycling that I never make videos on all of the stuff that I do. So you can catch up over there, and I'd love to have you follow along over there too. Okay, let's get started.
Here are 2 empty spice jars that I used. I soaked them in hot soapy water and removed the labels, and we're ready to paint them. I'm going to paint them with the Krylon Fusion 4 Plastic Spray Paint. This is the trick to plastic. You want to paint it with this Fusion paint for plastic. You can't just paint a regular paint on this plastic or chalk paint, as it'll chip and it'll peel away. Just spray a light coat over both bottles, just covering it everywhere, and let it dry completely. And I'm going to paint the lids with the black Fusion paint too. Now I'm going to paint them with my homemade chalk paint. I'll put the recipe below in the description. It works really well, but you cannot put the chalk paint directly on the plastic. It has to go on top of the Fusion spray paint. You don't want to apply it too thick, just light strokes all over and around the rim also. The reason I'm putting the chalk paint on top of the Fusion paint is the graphics will not stick to the Fusion spray paint. So you want to have the top coat as your chalk paint before you put on your graphics. Now you want to put a second coat of the chalk paint on both jars. And now we're ready to put on the graphics. If you go back in my DIY projects playlist, you'll find quite a few videos, and I'll go in depth to show you how to make these graphics with the decoupage by Deco Art. But today I'm just going to put them on and show you how to place them on the jars. This technique will only work with a laser jet printer. It won't work with an inkjet printer. The ink from the inkjet will not transfer using the Mod Podge, and you won't have good results. I'll put a link below in the description of the playlist where you can find the other tutorials I've done on how to create your own graphics. I always hate throwing these little containers out, so when I can find a usable project for them, it always makes me feel good, and I think these turned out really, really cute. When you're putting your graphics on, make sure they're centered, make sure they're not crooked. I've done many projects where I've rushed and I haven't taken my time and put my graphics on, and they're crooked and I have to start right back to scratch again. Make sure you watch right through to the end of the video. I have another little project that I made for our little Yorkie Tina, and I'll show you a picture of that upcycle, and it's really, really sweet. Okay, now we're ready to wet the paper to expose the graphics on the container. Now comes the fun part, to rub off all that paper, and just take your time. Use some patience, because sometimes if you wet it too much, the graphics will come right off. So you just want to dampen it just so you can start to see the graphics through the paper, and rub away. Now to finish these off, I'm going to use the Krylon lacquer spray. I want something that you're going to be able to wipe down. These aren't waterproof, but they're water resistant. So if you give it a good spray of this lacquer, if you get any stains or anything on them, you can just wipe them down with a wet cloth. And there you have a great upcycle or repurpose. Spice jars turned into cat treat or dog treat jars. And now to fill them up with treats. Our cat treats. I don't even have a cat, so I think this one is going to go to my mom's house for her cat Billy. And we'll fill up the dog treats. And I have a little Yorkie and she won't eat treats. She's really fussy. So this one is going to go to my son's dog, Rocky. Open up the flip lid, pop out your treats, and you're all set to go. And I thought you guys would love to see this upcycle that I did for Tina. It was a little doll bed that I found in the dump, painted it up, put some graphics on it, and put her little fluffy bed in it, and she loves it. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'd love for you to like, subscribe, and follow along. Have a great day.